Very good evening to everyone, dear Tamil friends. So today is the 1st of October 2021. Today too, we are going to spend some precious time developing your inner spirit, developing your insight. So first of all, before we begin, as usual, we are going to welcome everyone. Your core meditators using according to the traditional way. So everyone, please unmute yourself and please say 3 times Sadhu,
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 Sadhu. So now you can mute. So that is the traditional way. At the beginning, if we do it, that means we welcome. And in the middle or at the end, if we do that, that means we appreciate. So it is a very precious tradition. That's why we follow it. So now today, the Vipassana meditators will be given the next step. The next step, step number 8, to practice. So today you will practice like this. You will observe the sensations. So simultaneously means, so if you feel sensations, let's say on your both legs, if you feel same kind of sensations, so with a very calm mind, you observe and sweep. You sweep and mask. You sweep and mask. You sweep and move your attention simultaneously on those sensations. If your mind is not sharp enough to do that, then please keep on observing as usual. But if you are a daily practitioner, if your mind has developed up to that level, then please observe the sensations simultaneously from bottom to top. Let's say you have similar kind of sensation on your on certain areas of your legs. Then at that time, you observe both those areas simultaneously, and you understand yourself. You let yourself know that this sensation is also impermanent, changing. So whatever the sensation that you encounter now, all of you know by experience. No, now it is not a faith, it is not a belief anymore. It is your experience that whatever the sensations that you encounter, they are bound to decay, bound to pass. So those sensations that you feel simultaneously, those sensations have the same characteristic, impermanence. So understand that and keep on observing. Then gradually, you will please start doing this at home too. Later on, sometimes you will feel like if you develop, you will feel like you will start feeling the subtler sensations too, the subtler vibrations. Sometimes you will feel like the waves of certain kind of waves of sensations going up and down, just like radiation. At such times, don't be afraid. What you are feeling is the some kind of a sharp level, sharp reality related to your body. So in this whole body, energy is going up and down. So waves, they go up and down. So those are the things that you are feeling. Don't be afraid. At such times, be aware. Be aware and face the current reality and uh, staying at that moment. Staying at that moment, face those current realities as they really are. Don't imagine anything. If you really feel them, just observe them, and they don't have any speciality. They have the same kind of nature. They are also impermanent. They will also change, and then you will start experiencing some other certain kind of subtler sensations too. uh, if you feel such kind of sensations, you can discuss. If not, if you feel those waves too, don't be afraid. Just observe as they really are, and don't rush. Part by part, pitch by pitch, as usual. Keep on observing and let your mind to become more sharper. Let the mind to become more sharper and more sensitive to those sensations. So then at such times, sometimes the general sensations that you feel, the general sensations that you feel, that means the sensations of lightness, sensations of uh, the hardness, and sensations of aching, sensations of so those crinkling sensation, itching sensation, those sensations may go away. You won't feel them. It doesn't mean that you don't have them. Since your mind has become sharper, you feel those subtler sensations. Now you are dealing with the subtler level of your sensations. So just observe as they really are and keep on observing from keep on observing the sensations simultaneously from bottom to top. And again, as usual, you will encounter certain areas that don't have similar kinds of sensations on both legs. In certain areas, you will have different kinds of sensations. At such times, observe them individually. So if you feel some kind of hardness here, observe it, separate. If you feel a pain here in this leg, observe it separately. So part by part, pitch by pitch, please work with those individual ones too. Gradually, gradually you will start feeling those subtler ones from here, so here and there. So, but don't crave for that experience. Keep on observing very, very patiently, very patiently. Patience is very, very important in this Vipassana meditation practice. It is the biggest tool, most important tool. Concentration, focus, and patience. Very important, very important. The new meditators who are joining with us today, they are asked to practice breathing meditation. Please observe the breath when it is coming in as it is. And when it is coming in, be aware that the breath is coming in. I'm breathing in. When the breath is going out, be aware that the breath is going out. If the breath is long, if the breath is short, if the breath is gross, if the breath is soft, and so whatever the nature of your breath is, current breath is, accept that as it is, and just observe, and keep on being. Develop your concentration, develop your focus. So by that way, develop inner peacefulness too. So that is for new meditators. Please, all meditators, with a very balanced mind, with a very balanced mind, keep on observing the sensations from bottom to top, part by part, pitch by pitch. And when you encounter similar kinds of sensations and in two places, then sweep and mask them very patiently and simultaneously. Now everyone, please start your meditation. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start. Everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm and please relax. Relax. Namo tesse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tesse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tesse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet, very alert, attentive mind, balanced and very equanimous mind, very peaceful mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Please start the meditation right now. Now everyone, please keep your eyes closed. Don't open your eyes. But if your legs are hurting, only new meditators who joined recently or who joined today, who are joining today, please, you can relax your posture. You can relax your posture, but keep the eyes closed. Keep the eyes closed. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Since we don't have a long time, we just practice loving kindness meditation in brief. But in November and December, we are going to learn the long practice of loving kindness meditation, the full version. Everyone, please relax. Please relax. Calm down. Very peacefully, very compassionately. Let's share our loving kindness. First of all, with yourself. Please don't tell these things by words. Just think these things by mind. Just wish by mind. First of all, please spread loving kindness towards yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May I attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness. Please spread loving kindness towards yourself. Just like me, may my mother, may my father, may my siblings and relatives and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they also come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May they also attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real peace, real happiness. just like me. Now please spread loving kindness towards your enemies. Just like me, may my enemies also share my loving kindness. May they also welcome my loving kindness. If I did anything wrong to make them to hurt them, I ask forgiveness. At the same time, for the mistakes that they did, I forgive. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May my enemies also come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativity. May they also attain real peace, real happiness. Let's think about all the beings in this world. From tiniest being to the biggest being, from the weakest being to the most powerful being, from the cleverest being, from the unclever being to the cleverest. Whatever the differences they do have, disregarding them, I share my loving kindness with all the beings in the world, all the beings in the universe. May all beings in the universe, in this world, be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all beings come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May all beings attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real peace, real happiness. Very peacefully, very calmly. Everyone, please open your eyes slowly. Now please relax. Relax. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Now please unmute yourself and please say 3 times Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Dear friends, dear Dhamma friends, so today's practical session is over. Now, you might have understood that in our lives, we have these things called attachments. So all of us have various kinds of bondages. So there are outer bondages, there are inner bondages. We are tightly tied to various kinds of bondages. That's why we do not feel free. All these bondages, all these ties, they have arisen not because of anything else, but because of one thing. That is, what is that? That is the ignorance. Ignorance means not understanding about the things as they really are. When we don't understand about the things as they really are, then what happens is we do have the ignorance about things. So we think, mentally we think, this belongs to me. If I have this, that brings me happiness. So you gain things, and then after that you develop attachments. This is I, mine, mine. So today I'm going to teach you about the third perfection, letting go of attachments. That means, in one word, we say renunciation. Renunciation. Renounce. Renunciation is the noun of the verb renounce. So it is easy to attach, but to let go, it's so difficult. That's why when you, once the Buddha said, Dhanancha yuddhancha samanama, letting go. That means generosity. If you are giving and the warmth are the same. Because for both, you have to fight hard. You have to fight hard. In the war, you have to fight with the enemies that you can see. But in this inner war, you have to fight with the enemies that you cannot see. First enemy is craving, attachment. So if you are attached to something, let's say money, a poor person or a homeless person, ask for a few dollars as a help. When you go to your pocket, you are at a war. You think whether to give or not to give. But the bigger part of your mind always drag you not to give. Only if you have, but still, if your wisdom is high, you give. Because you understand, if you understand that person's sufferings, and at the same time you understand when you give what are the good consequences that you can have, and you know that when you give you can develop so supra-mundane pleasure inside. Mundane pleasure means normal pleasure. Supra-mundane pleasure means that is the pleasure which is beyond this normal pleasure. So pure pleasure. So understand that you let go. But it's very hard. You have to be at home for that too. So when you sit for the meditation too, you become a warrior. You become a warrior, not with something outside. You become a warrior with your inner defilements. You are waging war. You are fighting with. You are fighting to denounce, to renounce from anger, from craving, and from fear, from jealousy, from all kinds of ill will, from pride, and from the thought of discrimination, and there's and thought of ignorance. That means delusion. So you fight with all these kinds of negativity. So the Buddha categorized these negativities, and he gave 1,500, a list of 1,500 defilements. That doesn't mean we only have 1,500 defilements, but the most apparent ones. So the Buddha said we have a lot of them, but within those 1,500 defilements, those defilements are specialized because we encounter them in life. So uh, we wage war, we fight with those inner defilements to renounce from those defilements. So those attachments that we develop, we develop attachments into two things. So in Buddhist word, they are called as Vattu Kama and Kilesa Kama. Vattu Kama means attachment to the apparent things. In other words, attachment to the material things. And Kilesa Kama, giving away those outer things is easy. But the most difficult thing is letting go of our negativities. We are used to them. We are attached to them. We think that if we don't have them, you don't have you. So you are so much attached, so especially to negativities. For positivities, you can easily let them go. Why? What is the case? For a long time, we haven't, for a long time, we only practice these negativities. We multiply our negativities. To harm the other people, nobody needs to tell you. Whenever you are angry, most of us, if you don't have enough wisdom, we harm. Nobody needs to come and teach you to harm. But to not to harm, there should be a teacher to teach. Parents, teachers, they need to teach. To steal, you don't need anybody to teach you, right? So let's say there is a child. There is a child and there is a box of chocolates. Do you need to tell that child to steal one of those chocolates? If he sees, if the parents are not around, he goes and take them and eat. So it is there. Negativities are always there. So letting go of them is very, very difficult. We are attached to those negativities too. Not only we are attached to the outer things, we are attached to those negativities. So, by practice of renunciation, what we do is we practice to let go of those negativities. When you practice giving, you let the attachment to the outer things go. Not only that, even you let your inner attachments go too. So you let your attachment of craving go by giving, by practice of generosity. And then at the same time, when you give compassion, you let your anger go. When you give your loving kindness to anybody and everybody to anyone that you meet in life, you let go of your aversion, right? You let go of your fear, and you let go of your discriminative thoughts. And so when you give equality to the other people, then at that time, again, you let your feeling of discrimination go. So renunciation is also important when we practice this noble Dhamma path. So it is the third perfection. But since we are so much used to the negativities, as I told you, it is not easy to let go. We always want to keep the negativities. So let's say inside a beautiful glass, there is poison, colorful poison. So somebody gives it to you. Its smell is so good. Its look is so good. And that person gives you. And that person gives you that glass of poison. Thinking it as wine. We drink it. Negativities are like that. So they are covered with various kinds of pleasant feelings. But negativity is negativity. It always has the poison. So you can't drink without the poison. So whenever you succumb, you go suppress to a negativity, that means your life gets difficult too. So, so we need to understand that even though how much beautiful the glass is, how much beautiful, colorful the poisonous wine is, we have to let it go. We should not drink it like that. When you practice vipassana, you practice renunciation. How? The more you realize that our body and mind both are impermanent, you let your attachments go. You understand that there is nobody to attach as I, my, mine. This both body and mind, these two phenomena, both are changing continuously. Who's in the past, that person is gone. That person won't stay for this moment. This person who is living right now is a totally different person. And the person who will be in the next moment, that person is totally different from the present person. Understanding that you let your grudges go. You let your defilements go. You keep your mind balanced, equanimous, peaceful, and calm. So then that's what will happen to you when you realize the reality. When you really experience the impermanence. Let me end with the renunciation speech description with an incident which happened in Japan thousands of years ago. Bhante Mbeki was a famous monk in Japan, but but he was a very simple monk. Yeah, he was the teacher of the king too, Japanese emperor, but he was a very simple monk. He lived in a very small cottage. And one day, a robber came into this cottage. He came with a certain weapon, a knife, and then at that time, Bhante Mbeki was paying respect to the Buddha. While he was paying respect to the Buddha, even though the king comes, he doesn't care. So when the robber came and threatened him that to give everything or give all kinds of things, Bhante Mbeki didn't stop paying respect to the Buddha. Instead, with the very same ways that we chant, he chanted the same things. Oh, dear Robert, all kinds of the money that I do have, it's in the cupboard. Please open the cupboard, and the key is on the top of the cupboard. Take it, open it, and bring it away. So he kept on paying respect to the Buddha. He kept on chanting. Then the robber opened the cupboard and took all the money that Bhante had, the small portion of money, and then he was about to go. Again, he heard a small chanting. Bhante Mbeki chanted, "Don't you tell thank you before you go." Then the robber, he looked at Bhante Mbeki and said, "Thank you, Bhante," and left, went away. And he not only he did come to the temple to rob, he robbed certain other places too. While he was robbing one of the wealthy houses, the guards of that house, they caught him. They thrashed him, they hit him and dragged him to the court. The judge, after while he was investigating the case, he found out, somebody told that not only the robber robbed the other places, he robbed Bhante Mbeki's place too. So Bhante Mbeki, who was never gone to a court, he was asked to come to the court to give evidence. So the judge asked whether this person came to Bhante's temple to rob. Then at that time, Bhante Mbeki felt sorry for this robber. He knows that this robber is a very poor person, but it's not an excuse. But Bhante felt compassion. Bhante said, "Yes, he came to my place to ask for something. I gave what I had. He told me, thank you, and went away." That was his total evidence. That's it. He said, "That's what I wanted to say, and that's it. That's my evidence." Bhante was asked to go, and no evidences were taken from him. And then, but the other people, they did forgive. They gave evidences against the robber, and robber was jailed for several years. When he was jailed, at that time, the only thing that he had in mind was Bhante Mbeki's kindness, his forgiveness, his detachment. So all the other people, when he robbed the other people's stuff, then he saw how much stressful the other people are. But Bhante Mbeki, he was just kept on praying. and he didn't have any stress. So he wanted them. After several years, so throughout that time, he had a very good conduct. So due to his good conduct, he was released by the royal court. And then right away he came to Bantimbeki and knelt in front of Bantimbeki and worshipped, paid respect, and said, Bante, teach me the art of non-attachment, detachment. Then Bantimbeki again accepted him as one of his students. He trained, and later on that Robert became a great teacher for thousands of students. So that's the power of detachment. So whatever it happens, you can stay with the balanced mind, with a calm mind. So whenever things don't go in your way, you understand it's also impermanent, changing. And there is no any specialty in this too. So with that understanding, you practice detachment, you practice letting go, you develop renunciation. This is the third perfection that we need to practice in life. And I hope you practice this through your daily meditation practice. You will develop this, and hope by developing this, you have you gain a life, you achieve a life with a lot of peace, a balanced mind, an unshakable mind, whatever it happens, and a lot of peace and a lot of happiness. And practicing this continuously, following this non-sectarian meditation technique, may all of you be able to achieve the ultimate real peace and ultimate real happiness, Nibbana. Everyone, please join your palms together and wish by the power of this positive energy, may all the sick people in this world, may they become completely recovered, may they be able to lead once again healthy life. By the power of this positive energy, may all of us be able to have healthy lives, safe lives, and may all of us be able to live with prosperity, happiness, and success. And practicing the Dhamma finally, may us also attain that real peace and real happiness. Please concentrate. Abhivadana Sinisse Nichang Vada Pachaino Chataro Dhamma Vadanti Ayurvangno Sukhang Balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Me Vache Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminati Samijjatu. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Just wait for a moment. Right. Right. Pragati and Rahul, good night. Ramagaru, good night.
Good night, Bante.
Good night. Mr. Frank, good night.
Good night, Bante.
Good night. And Avonde, good night. And Mr. Hoad, good night.
Good night to you, Bante. Peace and love
Good
to all
night.
beings.
May you be happy. Sonal, good night.
Good night, Bante.
Good night. And Jaime, good night.
Night, Bante. Thank you.
May you be happy. Miss Liz, good night.
Good night, Bante. Thank you.
May you be happy. And Tihara Tiruan Sarnai,
Teruvan Saranai Hamdani.
May all of you be well. Good night.